Hi everybody, my name is Rick Horton. This is my EDL 850 intro video, module 1. A little bit about me. I got an awesome wife. We've been married for 13 years. We actually met at a New Year's Eve party. We're both Emporia State University grads. While I was at ESU, I earned my Bachelor's of Science degree in education. I'm certified to teach K-12 PE and K-12 health education. And last year I completed my master's degree in special education. For the last 3 years, I've taught special education. Obviously, 2 of those years were on a waiver, um, but now I do have a master's degree in special education also. While I was at Emporia State, I was a member of the football team. Really enjoyed it there. I've got two awesome kids. With my wife and I have two awesome kids. Our oldest daughter is Haley. She's a sixth grader. Haley loves to play sports, talk to her friends, and she loves making slime. She's very outgoing and fun-loving. She loves playing softball and volleyball. We spend a lot of our time on the road watching her do what she loves. It's kind of my wife and my joke that our vacations are usually watching her somewhere. This year, or her national tournament for softball will be in Indiana, so we'll be there, in Iowa. I'm sorry, so we'll be there watching that. We also have a son named Cannon. Cannon, he's got a unique spelling to his name, spelling with a K. He does this so he's got the same initials as my grandfather, who I'm very close to. He's in kindergarten. He loves sports, drawing, schools, and finding new ways to create or cause a little bit of mischief. He's kind of ornery. He loves football, baseball, and especially wrestling. Currently, I teach at Mission Valley, which our district office is actually located in Eskridge, but the K-12 school is actually located in the middle of 3 different communities that we our consolidated school for. If you draw a line between Eskridge, Dover, and Harveyville and connect all 3, we're right there, like 7.5 miles from each one. This is my 3rd year at Mission Valley. I've taught special education all 3 years I'm there. I'm also coached several sports. I am the head high school and head junior high wrestling coach. I'm an assistant high school football coach and an assistant high school track coach. I really enjoy teaching special education at Mission Valley. We don't have a co-op, so everything is done in-house. I really enjoyed the transition of special education also. There's days every once in a while you miss teaching PE, you miss wearing shorts to work every day. Um, but special ed has been a lot more rewarding for me. I feel like I've made a positive impact in a lot of kids' lives doing this. Critical reflection. Uh, at Mission Valley, our principal is David Cromer. I believe he's probably the most knowledgeable principal I've worked for as far as knowing federal and state laws. If he doesn't know something, he'll look it up and get back to you really soon. Um, I go ask Mr. Cromer questions all the time about IEPs and IEP laws before I look them up. Um, Chances are he already knows, and if he doesn't, he'll get me an answer quickly. He's also a great resource for 504 plan and 504 laws. He's put on several in-services for us. He's helped us get through the process. Um, he's also great about teaching newer teachers or younger teachers or even teachers that are struggling in a classroom. Working with them on their scaffolding techniques or just working on them like on grouping for the tests and helping them out. He's been a good resource as far as that goes. An example of how Mr. Cromer helped me. I was having trouble getting a hold of of a parent to set up an IEP meeting. I mailed out the notice of meeting. I didn't hear back from them. I called their parents, but their phone was shut off. I emailed the parent, but their internet was shut off. The student told me the parent couldn't attend the date that we had set out. He told me the parent received the letter, but that date wouldn't work for him. I said, well, give me some dates that will work for him. Sent several more letters through the mail and through the kid. Mr. Cromer was able to help me solve the problem. We documented everything, all the attempts that were made. He walked me through the laws and said that we had done our part. We held the meeting without the parent, sent the IEP home for the parent, and they signed it later and sent it back to us actually. So it was just kind of a process. Again, being a newer at the time, a special ed teacher, I was really kind of panicking. This is the first time that I was ever not able to make contact. So I'm glad I had someone there that knew what I needed to do to take the steps to to make sure we kept everything legal. He also, just kind of elaborate on the story a little bit more, he offered to pick the parent up and get him the meeting, but they declined that service also. The parent claimed they had another child at home and didn't want to bring that child to the meeting or leave that child with anybody else. Was the rationale we were given. So again, I think we went above and beyond, and he's really helped me and showed me a lot of things that way. The critique. I know I have a lot to learn as far as federal and state laws. I feel that I do have a little bit of head start in the class, and just because I took special education school law recently, we studied a ton of case studies there, a lot of law. The class only, but they're, all the court cases and case briefings that we looked at in that class only dealt with laws regarding special education. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. As you know, I know special education laws are super important within the schools, but also as far as some of the other things that we didn't touch on that you see more with, internet usage and, bullying, things like that. I'm excited to learn a lot more about. Um, Again, I've also recently found out that I have a lot more to learn about school board policies and the negotiated agreement. They're just two things that I don't always know. In the past, I've just, gotten that huge booklet of the negotiated agreement, set it aside, never really needed it before. But I know as an administrator, that's the negotiated agreement, the board policies. Those are things that you have to know inside and out. You have to be able to answer questions when people have questions. Plan. My plan to learn more about school law is just to read the journals and more journals that are out there. There's a lot of journals that are published that have a lot of good information. I talked to our administrators about this. They said that our district subscribes to one called Leadership. They said they really like it and they learn a lot from it. Also, to learn more about school law, I just plan on attending workshops related to school law. There's a lot of workshops out there that administrators can go to. And I think this is a cool thing because, if there's some type of issue that's currently going around school, again, I just think internet usage, cyberbullying, stuff like that. I know there's a lot of workshops out there about that now and how it can be handled and how you can deal with that. I just think those, and how you can just, cover yourself and make sure that all your bases are covered. Your teachers and everybody have done everything. They've taken all the steps and precautions that they need to take. I just think that's so important to learn about. And I know that's some area that I need to become more familiar with the laws there. Also, just to follow court cases through media and the internet, social media. A lot of times, especially Twitter, something I use a lot. If you follow other administrators, you follow, news sites, and when something does happen, that way you can kind of hear about it. And once you've learned about the topic, there's a lot of ways you can go out there and find out more information about that topic. Also, just keep a network of administrators. I've got several people that I'm close to that are principals and superintendents in district. I just think it's so important to have that network, and that way you can kind of reflect and talk and bounce ideas off of each other. Also, I just want to include a quote in here. It really kind of describes me as a teacher. I hope it does too. And again, it's from Conor McGregor, an athlete, a sports quote, but I don't chase dreams, I hunt goals. And to me, what that means is sometimes a dream is just something that's out there. Dreams are something a lot of times are unachievable, or people look at it as they're too far, you have to reach too far. I look at it where I don't want to go out there and dream. I want to, find a goal and hunt for those goals and help them succeed. I think that's just what administrators need to do. I think that if we dream about reaching certain standards or certain goals, you're not going to get there. But as soon as you set that as a goal, as soon as you take your dream and turn it into a goal, I think it becomes a little bit more achievable. Hey, I just want to wish everybody good luck this semester. I hope everybody enjoys the class. I hope everybody does well. Thanks for listening to my video. I know I've been long and kind of went on a little bit. Again, I put my contact information on here. If anybody's got anything they want to share with me, please feel free to do so. And hey, I hope everybody has a great semester. Thanks for listening.